I mean, it had Luffy Taro. It might even Luffy Taro into this card, which we don't want to see this turn. And then that would be dangerous. So putting it so they don't see this card this turn is ideal. Don't putting them and give them this card, because that's no good. Welcome back, Sakura crew. We are here with Blue Yellow Ace once again. This leader is cooking. Now, I've made some improvements to the last deck. I've done a lot of testing since the last video, and I think we've come up with a pretty good deck list here. I did try and explore some cards that weren't from Structure Deck 22, but I feel like what Ace is trying to do, he's really loves the card draw. He is, I think, the best card draw deck there is. I was once considering doing a video on this card here. We'll get to this one in just a second. This card, Oden, and I was going to do a video on which leader is this card best for, but scrap that. Let's not worry about that, because Ace is the leader this one's designed for. Now, let's get onto this card here. So this card, if this character would be removed from the field from your opponent's effects, you may instead trash 2 cards from your hand. So you get to keep them on the field, but you will lose 2 cards from your hand. So Ace, being a great deck for maintaining hand size, is going to tie into this card perfectly. This isn't a once a turn effect. If you are removed from the board multiple times, you will be able to discard multiple cards from hand. It will hit your hand size, but we have ways around this. Don't you worry about that. Now, the reason why this card is so good is because of its activate main effect. Now, it says you may rest 3 Don, not too bad, and return 1 of your other characters to hand. Now, this isn't a bad thing. And then you set this character as active. Now, it's already an 8,000 power character, and when you only need to commit 3 Don to it, there's 7 Don left over. Now, what you'll find is this leader will be, this character will be attacking for, roughly that 10,000 K mark times 2 each turn, and you'll still be generating a lot of value on your turn outside of this one play. Now let's get into the core of the deck itself. So this is going to be your main finisher, but we're going to be doing a lot before then. So some of the key cards we got here, because we're running Ace, we need to have a bunch of 5 costs in our deck, and we do have a bunch of 5 cost characters. Now we're running this Ace here. This one here can find 2 cost characters. So we do have a few 2 cost characters that we do like. 4 of these. We're running 4 of the 5 cost Ace blocker. This one is also good because it allows you to draw 2 cards and then put 2 back to the top or bottom. This does 2 things. It gives us card cycle if we put them to the bottom, but it also can prime our deck to guarantee our leader to hit its target, finding a 5 cost. Now, we also have the Nami, which does a very similar thing. However, she does a 3 card draw and then returns 2. So she is slightly better because it's not just card cycle. You actually draw a card from that effect as well. And once again, it's a 5 cost blocker. Another great target for your Ace to find. We are running 4 of the Satori. Satori is great because it's got the trigger ability to play it from your life to the field by discarding 1 card. Once again, discarding cards, not a problem. And we've got this one here. Now, it's probably not one that you see often. I wouldn't say it's super core to the deck. I just like it because it does have this effect. Return up to 1 4 or cost lower character to your opponent's hand, and then add this card to your hand. So you get to keep the card, you return a 4 cost back to the opponent's deck. I just thought it could come in handy if we're running against these wide decks, which we might see currently. And I think we've got weighs enough. Because we're trying to go wide ourselves, I think we're going to be fine against these go taller decks, given our hand size as well. All right, so they are the 5 costs. They're the ones that we're looking for with our ace effect. Now let's get into some card draw. So when we're hand is running low, we're going to take advantage of this new EBO2 SR, the Vivi. If your leader is multicolored, which ours is, and you have 5 or less cards in your hand, draw 2 cards. Simple, great, love it. All right, we have 2 puddings, defensive play, so we can get a big hand, but they can't. We are running. All right, so here's some of the more techie cards that come in with our leader ability. First is Sanji. Shout out to Vivi Theory. Brought this to everyone's attention. This is amazing. It generates so much value at the start of the game and really gets your opponent to start playing your game rather than their game. Now this Sanji, if you haven't seen it yet, go check out Vivi Theory's video on this, but if you haven't seen it, here's the crux of it. What you do is you put 2 Don onto your leader, or actually you want to go second. Turn 1, you play this out. Turn 2, you put 2 Don onto your leader, you activate the effect, you find a 5 cost, you throw it on your life, then you play the Sanji, and the Sanji is going to take that top card from your life, which is great because it's face up and we'd lose it otherwise, and then it's going to put that into your hand, and then you get to take 1 card from the top of your deck and put it onto your life. So you're going to be a 5 life leader at this stage, and you're generating cards in your hand from this. This is fantastic. This card, if you can keep it on the field for longer than 1 turn, you are generating so much value. And if you need to defend this card with 2 cards, I would opt to do that every time, because every time you use this, you're effectively generating 2 cards of value anyway, and it's going to be a pseudo blocker on the turn you decide to lose it. The opponent will work out pretty quickly that they need to take this thing down. All right, some other things we've got here. So if we use our leader ability and we can't use our when attacking effect, another key card here is the Hiyori. Hiyori is amazing because she takes that top card, which will be face up from your leader effect. So you once again, you throw 2 Don onto your leader, you put 1 to the top, and then you Hiyori it into your hand, and you want to put 1 on top of your life. This is great because it allows us to choose what our life will be. When our opponent attacks us, we can give them a couple of surprises. This is why Satori's in there. It's something that we can play onto the field, and it doesn't matter how much life we have. There's obviously better options like the Frankie. I feel like Frankie is a better option in general. However, Satori's a 2k counter, which Frankie is as well. But Satori, you can play it no matter how much life you've got. So if you did this play and you've got 4 life, and then you use Hiyori to swap it around 4 life, if it was Frankie, you couldn't make the play. Satori, you can. So you can start developing your board through your triggers a lot earlier. Now we've also got Kikunujo in there for the same reason. Now because we can select with Hiyori what we're going to put on the top, we're obviously not going to put Kikunoju on the top if our opponent has 5 or 4 life left, and we're not likely to get through it, because that would be a waste of it. We're not running as many of her because of that reason, but she does play into this life gain game, which is pretty cool. Our other options, we might be throwing a Jinbei on top to get rid of one of their 4 costs if we don't like it. And we have, of course, the Brûlée, which is an easy an easy trigger. Once you trigger it, you play it out. So effectively, you can save a life from putting this to the top of your life. Really, really effective. Now, one more tech card we got in here is the Flampe. Flampe is once again great for card draw. So you can do a blind search with your leader, find a 5 cost, which we've got so many in our deck, put it onto the top of our life. That's fine. We've got, if we don't have a Hiyori target or we can't do the Sanji, we then go for the Flampe. Let's get some card draw. We'll take that top life away, and then we get to draw a card from our Flampe effect. This is fantastic. So these are the ones that are going to interact with our leader the most here. Now we've got some pretty cool plays we can do on top of this. We are running the ace, so we do have a little bit of versatility here that we might be able to use our leader to find an ace and then play out this ace. Comes up more often than you think with a 2-cost, because you're likely to go through your deck a lot and play a lot of things within a game. Your hand is always going to be big, so you're going to see a lot of cards. But this isn't our main fun theme of the deck. The really cool thing comes into when we start to use Oden. Now the cool thing about Oden is he has this effect here: activate main, you may rest 3 of your Don cards and return 1 of your other characters to your hand. Set this character as active. The cool thing here is, after the turn you play it, when you're ready to attack, you've got probably 10 Don at this stage, maybe 9. Let's say you've got 10 Don at this stage. With your 10 Don, you throw 2 onto your leader, you find a 5-cost. Great, I've got a 5-cost. Now with another 2 Don, you play out Hiyori and swap that with a card in your hand. Maybe one of these, one of these good ones that we've been talking about. Now you've used 4 Don, Hiyori's on the field. Now what we can do here is we've still got 6 Don left. 6 Don's great, we're going to need 3 of them to use the activate main effect here, but we can throw 3 on Oden. We can swing 11 with Oden, great, we restand him, send Hiyori back to our hand, and we can swing again with Oden, or we could just leave him up so they don't have a target they can attack into. That's also great. And we've still got a leader swing here of 7 because he's got the 2 Don on him. So you're able to generate great attacking power. You might be setting up with Hiyori a Brûlé into life. So you've just generated 1 life, 1 blocker, blocking 2 attacks. You've made 3 decent size attacks. This is a really strong deck, and it's something that, because you're bringing Hiyori back to hand, it's something that you're able to do turn after turn. You've got all the tools to just cycle through this. You're going to have a strong hand. You've got plenty of 2Ks to defend with and plenty of blockers. So it's basically you're going to outvalue your opponent each turn right through the game. Anyway, I've given this a bit of a test. I feel like this is quite a strong build for this leader, at least up until st22. Let's jump into a game and see how it rolls. All right, blue yellow ace into grape Luffy. This is the OP 11.5 format. We're running some structure deck 22 cards in our deck here, and we have our Sanji. We are happy. This is going to generate us a lot of value. So and we're going second, which is another positive here. A draw, we play this out, and we are good. We won't get to play much else out for a couple of turns here. We're happy to defend. We want to use this one. All right. We want to use leader effect, find a 5. We've got a 5. We'll find Nami, probably the best one here. And then we're going to use Sanji's effect. Gaining us a card, making them lose a card, and a life, or a, yep, life, cool, excellent, end our turn. Now we have to defend this. This is what our 2Ks are in here for. We're going to opt for Satori here. All right, they found their pudding. Nice, strong play. I have thought about whether it's worth throwing in a Zeus or something to be utilizing this this high life stack that we're going to have. Now they've got nothing else that they can swing with, so 2 2s are going to get us protected, and it is worth, in my opinion, it's worth using 2 cards from hand to protect this, because this turn here, we're going to be a 6 life leader, because we're going to do the same thing again, and we probably will play this onto the field as well. And we've got a 5. I want to grab another 2k counter, which this will be right now. And we're going to swing in. Maybe I don't play the ace. Maybe we overshoot here. Use the effect. Gain a life. Because they're a 6, we want to be a 6. And I might throw an extra 1 on here, so I'm swinging 2 above and making... Oh, they're going for Robin. Okay, that's fine. Happy for you to minus here. And we're going to see if you use another Robin or do you lose a life. 6 life, 6 in hand. We are feeling good. All we're missing right now is our Oden, which would be our next turn play if we're going on curve. And sort of how I like it is leave the Sunji go now, which is fine. And then next turn we play the Oden using 7 Don to get rid of an Oden. And just we'll do another 6 in there. As the turn after that, we can start using our Flampeys to cycle through while using Oden's effect. Or Hiyori's optimally. So I imagine we've got a Zoro going to attack Sanji, and then they'll use the 6 into our, or their leader into our leader, is how I would see this out. I wonder if, because they've seen me defend this once, they might be thinking, is 5 enough? Okay, they found another Sanji pudding. I think they are, yep, they're going in here. Now, it would be crazy to use a 2, and a 1, right? Because then they're going to do a 6. But as I said, we never wanted to keep it this turn. He's already generated so much value for us. Happy to take 1 here. Now, we haven't hit what we need. We really want to find this Oden. What we might do, I think they've got 1 up for Giant, possibly. And if they do use a Giant, they've got a Robin. No, they're not worried. They're not worried here. They've got Robin. We're going to find... No, we're not finding anything. We'll place on the bottom then. This pudding could be fun. I probably would have puddinged if I had have thought this through a little bit more. Let's, we can't even use leader effect now either. I think we'll get rid of this one and we'll get rid of this one here. We can use leader effect with Flampay. We'll grab Ace here and we'll Flampay, take the top life. Okay, not bad. 7 at leader, forcing them to use a 2k or a... Yep, there goes a 2k. That is good. Let's call that a turn. 9 in hand, 5 in life. This is where you get these huge hands. Now, 30 cards left in deck. Gotta have an Oden here. Maybe we've got 1 in life. Now, they've got 2 puddings on board. This is dangerous. This is a very dangerous position to be in. 1 more and we have lost. We need to be swinging into this. We're going to need, because they've got Robin on board, we need both of these cards swinging, so we can't block this turn with our Nami. And we still might even see a Zoro come down. They haven't found their card from Nami yet. and they found a Luffy Taro, this one here. All right, let me know in the comments right now if you're looking at this position, who do you think is winning at this stage? Would you prefer to be in a position where you've got 5 characters on board, 6 in hand and 2 life, or would you prefer to have 9 in hand, 5 in life and 2 on board? Let me know in the comments what you would prefer. Personally, I think I'd prefer their position. This is quite scary, very scary. But we're still a chance. We have ace on our side. I think we're going to take this one. Ooh, trigger's nice. Now, we don't want to take too much. Let's drop this, shall we? If we don't see an Oden here, I think we might have to throw down Sanji and boost our life up again. All right. We can Hiyori our life instead. Not great targets for Hiyori either. We could be disruptive with Pudding as well. We need to take this down. We need to take this down, and I think they want us to invest heavily in taking it down. So we disappoint ourselves. Now, here's the 2 Odins we need. Let's throw those to the bottom of the deck, because this is a big whiff. All right, 7. What do we got? 7. We want to... I think I will get this one on board. 2. I'm just going to do that now. And we got 5 we can throw. So 9 and 10 I think looks good into this. They're probably just going to counter out of this, I would imagine. Probably. Luffy Taro coming down. Perhaps I just test them here. All right. I think we're going to do this. I think they've optimized their hand, and I am going to disrupt. Probably don't see a lot of value in bringing a 6 down to a 5, but this deck wants to play... I mean, it had Luffy Taro. It might even Luffy Taro into this card, which we don't want to see this turn. And then that would be dangerous. So putting it so they don't see this card this turn is ideal. Don't putting them and give them this card, because that's no good. All right. Not too stressed. We're going to heal one next turn. We got our blockers. We got a blocker. We've got our counter. We'll do a 2 and a... Will I ever use this ace? They're going wide. It might be worth using it. We'll drop the Nami. Might use a Vivi to replenish our hand next turn. I mean, we got 3, 4 hits still coming, right? Take this one. All right, 1, 2, 3 hits. Sending 2 back, drawing 1. Okay, taking this one. Hiyori, okay. Another one. All right, we have something at least. And this is a good one to get right now. we're going to use the trigger. We're going to get rid of this. Now you've got no defense. But you've got a lot of cards in hand. And you didn't leave one up for giant. So, Nami, are you coming in clutch? What do you reckon they've got in terms of counter? I am hedging 6k. Like, realistically, we're not getting through this, are we? We're not getting through this. This game was looking good until we didn't see our Oden. 2 here will still give me a chance. All right, I'm gonna... There's another Oden, great. I'm going to throw this on top because we might use this effect here. Or maybe we Hiyori again to get rid of something. That could be cool. I'm going to swing in and see what happens. They should be discarding cards from hand. Yep. Cool. That is cool. We got 2 blockers still. I think if we cycle now, do we need... We don't need to leave anything up right now, do we? I think we just cycle this. I think I might even attack into here, see what they do. Okay. They're probably low on hand. I wonder if I could actually get through here with 2 attacks. I just don't... I don't think it's worth that risk. So we're going to attack. We're going to go into Luffy here because it's a bigger threat right now than the Sanji puddings. And we're... What are we? 9k. They only need 2 and they're defending this. Yeah. They will use... Oh, they don't have 2k of counter. We probably could have got through. That's fine. We're good. We're good. This is a good position. We're in a good position here. Three Sanji puddings isn't a good position. Did I say good position? They could still drop one of these. No, they're going defense. They should be worried. Okay, locking down my board. Not too worried by that. Not too worried. We can still generate a bit of value here. We can heal up a life this turn too. I'll do a 2 and a 1 here. Take this one. All right. We Hiyori into this. We Hiyori into... I mean, we need to swing 3 times to get through. We're going to have a look at the top. Is this viable? Yes. We'll grab this. Prefer a 2k, but none available. Now, how are we swinging here? Do I want to swing with my blocker? I need 2. I need... How much do I have left? 1, 2... I've got 8. I could do a 2 and a 5 and just throw 1 on here. which isn't terribly big, but they might be forced to block with Sanji. They take. Interesting that they took that. And they rest here. They'll have us covered. They've got us covered. All right, we're gonna replace this one. Use card action, and we will put in here, get another attacker, and then we will, got 5 left, deploy another blocker, and we'll place on bottom everything that's not going to be great here. 1k and 1k. All right, can we survive this one? Turn 8, integrate Luffy. I think we're doing all right. Now, that's not all right. This is not good. This is not good. We're not good. People, we are not good. This is not. 2 blockers, 2 hits. We need to defend 3 hits. And they're going hard on this Luffy. I don't know if that's a great play. We can defend this one. We take this. No, we defend this because we can. Who knows? We might trigger a Brûlé here. That would be kind of cool. Not here because we knew this one. But we'll replace this one. Yeah, that's right. We're going to take you down. We want to take this because we need to defend this. And then we've got... wait. Oh, no, they've still got this here. So, block. That's fine. Block. That's fine. Now they have to make a decision. Do they attack with Sanji? Right, I just want to say, guys, I am fully invested right now in this leader. You guys got to invest in this leader too. Show him that you care. No blocker. Let's go. And they will give us the win here and now because they cannot defend this. Draw card. What do they got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us finish them the way they should be finished, with a Brûlé. You know, if they can defend this, we made a big error. There we go. All right. This is ace into Grape Luffy. Now, I just want to say this is quite an impressive board, and for us to be able to stand up to these Sanji and Puddings, not remove them, leave them on there and just have their Luffy's pound us, it is a testament to how strong this leader can be. I am really looking forward to it. Maybe there is some more fine tuning we can do to this deck. I'd love to see, or I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments, what would you do to change this deck? Is there a card that you are eyeing off that you think would fit this deck perfectly? Let me know in the comments. Until next time though, look after yourselves and look after your decks.